right, guys, you're going to notice our background's a little bit different today. This will become the future of our podcast, as well as you're looking at what we call Showroom 2 right here. So now that you got a good view, sorry, never can stop here. I'm going to bring y'all one of the most asked about things when we do our first podcast. So this is not our first podcast. I don't have anybody here. I don't have any special guests. We haven't even cleaned the desk. We don't even have our stuff set up. The mics are nice. The desk is good. I think the background is going to be cool. But at the end of the day, today's video is going to be a little different. So I wanted to do this because I've watched this particular guy for many years, and his background was usually a static background. He actually had a couple different cameras set up from different angles, but he told a killer good story. And that's where I want your guys' input. So that's why we put in the description, please watch this video and send us an answer, because y'all's input is huge to us. Y'all are who we're doing this for. When I take the time to spend an hour to 2 hours a day doing these videos, yes, a lot of it's about sales. But part of it is also education. And part of it is storytelling. You know, we've got some stories to tell. I've been in this since the day I was born, like literally going with my dad every moment I had, every holiday from school, every vacation, every summer, since as long as I can remember, and before that. Well, unfortunately, he's gone, so I can't ask him exactly how long it was. He might not even remember either. But the stuff that we've seen since the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s is incredible. The stories are once in a lifetime. Some of the opportunities that we've had as this little mom and pop dealership are viral content that the people these days that have a gazillion followers, you can't buy the stuff that has happened in life. And it's not about the money. A lot of the opportunities we had, I did sheerly because it was a great business opportunity. I bought stuff out for pennies on the dollar. I followed my dad in that. I used to use spray paint on my go-karts that my dad had on a shelf in our cleanup area. We only had one bay. That was our cleanup area. It was our storage area. It was everything. We had one bay and then a car lot. But there was a shelf, and I remember like it was yesterday, and it had spray paint. And the spray paint had, 49 cents on the sticker. And I'd ask my dad if I gave him 50 cents, can I have the paint? He said, son, you can have the paint. He said, I didn't pay but like a penny or 2 pennies or 3 cents for that paint. And I was like, it says 49 cents, which was about going rate, but it was fancy paint. It was like red with sparkles and purple with sparkles, and I wanted to paint my go-kart or my bicycle. Well, lo and behold, a local store went out of business. Dad went in there and bought all their automotive equipment. No different than 40 years later, I buy out Gander Mountain's equipment, or I buy out such and such's equipment, or we buy out Weld Wheels stock. We buy out Mickey Thompson's overflow. Obviously, I learned it subliminally from him, but he went in there and paid $20 and bought their whole department of paint, and then spent $30 and bought their whole department of cleaning supplies, which were old and raggedy, but we still used them. So, anyway, long story short on this, Rabbit's Used Car. Rabbit was his nickname. He was a huge YouTube influencer. Started off with a YouTube channel and a car lot. I thought he was much older than me, but I guess it tells my age nowadays. When I look at somebody, I'm like, gosh, that guy's kind of old. I guess I'm showing my age too. He was actually 2 years younger than me. Well, he passed away yesterday. Unfortunately, he was in the middle of a Netflix show. He was a very active person going to SEMA, and I watched a lot of his YouTube content. And he developed a cancer, and it took him away from here. And fortunately, he was able to spend a lot of time with some influencers that were important to him. And I'm going to miss him, and I never met the man. A lot of people did meet him. He was a regular guy with a regular car lot, but he told stories about the past. He told stories of crazy customers. He told stories of good customers. One of the most recent things I just watched of his over the weekend before last when it was raining, it came across. All I do is watch YouTube these days. I don't watch the news. I don't watch regular TV. I don't have social media. I found that it has cleansed my life tremendously not watching the news, which is doom and gloom and terrible. But YouTube, I can pick what I want to watch. I I can find anything. I can find monster trucks. I can find race cars. I can find boats. I can find anything I want to find. But in my algorithm, came across a video that I had literally been taking notes. I have them in my phone of what it takes to start a car lot. We have a lot of people come along that say, I want to start a car lot. I want to be like you. Well, they don't realize we also do real estate, and I own multiple companies, investments, other things. So, they're like, oh my God, this guy's killing it. He has a car lot. Well, what you see me at every day is the car lot. What you don't see in the back scene is me on the phone making real estate deals and doing other things. It still happens. But he did a video which was so good about what it cost, the cost that you don't think about. Everything I had notes, so it really spoke to me. And I was like, man, this guy's really on point. And again, a lot of influencers are out there just to get views and get likes and, do crazy things. That's awesome. We watch them too because it's entertaining. But this guy, he was educational, he was entertaining, and that's what I want to be bringing you guys. That's the reason I said this. By all means, though, go check out his channel. They say that he's going to continue, that they're going to continue his channel on. Don't know in what form, but he did have a huge following, and I support that. I think that's great. He was really, they said if he went somewhere to an event and somebody walked up and said, I watch you on YouTube, it gave him the biggest smile on the face. And he felt like he was giving back, and that's what I'd like to feel like also. I like to feel like I'm giving back. I like to feel like I'm giving people some insight, whether it be on the car business, whether it be on this, whether it be on that. Again, a lot of ours is sales driven. When I bring you all content like we just did about the tow trucks, when I bring you content about the trucks that we have for sale, it's because I think we have interesting things for sale. We're not just selling, Ford Fusions, and we're not just selling, Chevrolet Corsicas or whatever it is, Cruises or whatever Chevrolet offers now that's boring. We try to sell really unique and cool things. Christian can look out there across the street. This building here gives me a lot of excitement because you can see all of our facilities so clear. The only thing you can't see is showroom 3, which is one of our favorites. You can see showroom 1. You can show the car lot, the office. You can see everything clearly. So this up here gives me a whole lot. This glass window, which was just a coincidence that was here, we did not put it in, but dang, if they couldn't have placed it in a better spot. I can look out there and look at all the cool things, which are all for sale. So we don't want y'all to get lost in the sales things. We know a lot of you guys, we are, I think we're 70-some thousand subscribers. We gained 3,000 or 4,000 subscribers in the last 2 or 3 days. It's amazing, the growth. Again, it's all due to you guys. The appreciation is huge. We're not just saying that because I'm not selling t-shirts. I'm not making money on YouTube that's making all this possible. Even though we are monetized, it's pennies. But, at the end of the day, everything adds up, and we appreciate it. But we want to educate you guys. We want to be part of y'all's world. We want you to be entertained by what we do. So please give us some honest feedback. It's not going to hurt our feelings. Trust me, I have thick skin. We've had haters for a gazillion years. We're going to have them for a gazillion years. Anytime you're doing something well and doing something you enjoy, negative people are going to be involved. We want to hear from all of you. If the podcast is huge to you guys, which think it's going to go over great, I've got some really good people lined up for this already that are anxious. I just want to have our crap together. I want to have the Christmas tree out of here. I want to have the floor cleaned up. I want to have the AC working so I'm not sweating in here. We got to finish a ceiling tile project. We've got some things we've got to do. But we want to bring you guys content that's enjoyable. We do appreciate everything. This was my chance to just say a few words with that. And again, Rabbit's Used Cars, check out his YouTube channel. The guy was good. He had a great voice. He had a great way of bringing the content together. And his stories sometimes seem far-fetched. In this business, there's nothing far-fetched. Christian behind the camera has been with me for a little over a year, and the stories that he can tell, I can promise you, are stuff that you'd be like, that didn't happen. That's not true. It is. The car business gives you the craziest highs, the craziest lows, the horror stories, the awesome stories, the celebrity connotation to the guy that has nothing, that's growing, and all of it in between. We treat them all just the same. They walk through our door. We don't know who they are. They might be buying a minivan, or they might be buying a $200,000 supercar, a sports car, exotic, whatever it may be. We feel like we have got one of the most diverse inventories there are, and some stories to tell that should be very entertaining. So, Rabbit, we're sorry you're gone. We really liked your content. We're going to try to do you proud by continuing some of it, not copying off you by it all. That's one of the reasons I want to do this video, because I was really within days of bringing this video, but I wanted the content to be right. I wanted the numbers to be right. I wanted things to be accurate. And I just happened to see his video, which he did a year ago. But it was a great video, and it was spot on. Like, the dude really had some good numbers. He had some reality, and it meant a lot for me to watch that. So I'm a little sweaty, guys, hot, but I had to bring you this. Thanks for sticking with us. Thanks for traveling along, and we really do appreciate your input. Please make sure you're subscribed. Hit the bell to get notifications if you're a customer, because this channel is going to be the first place for vehicles to drop. We're walking across the street to give a quick video on a Lamborghini. It won't be on the website for a week. It's got to go to service. It's got to have a spare key made. It's got to have a couple tires put on it. It won't be on the web for a week. It's available now. It's my car. I own it. I have the title. So YouTube is going to be the first place for you guys to find things, and TikTok coming soon on our monetized or promotional channel. There's going to be a whole separate section on there for you guys to subscribe to. That's where you're going to find the content first. So please make sure you subscribe. Please make sure the bell is clicked, because if you're not looking for a Lamborghini, you might have somebody that is, and I can tell you this is the best deal on the market, period, right now for this car. It's a 610 Huracan, and it's beautiful. So thanks, guys. Thanks for the support. We're going to miss you, Rabbit, but look down on us above. Give us some advice. Keep us in the loop on this YouTube thing. We want to succeed in everything we do. This is no different. Thank you.